we are live here on YouTube for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Welcome on in. Again, I apologize for my tardiness, guys, as I was as I had some other things pop up, so I ended up being a little bit late. But we are here. The race has not begun yet, so we are still just getting loaded in here. Let's see. Yeah, we are all set up and ready for this one. But yeah, welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely aware that I was expecting to go live a lot earlier than this, but again, I apologize. And we are set up and ready though now. Let's get the TV still going. Also, let's get the starting group or the starting lineup set. There we go. I believe that should be perfectly aligned, basically. And there we go. All right. So welcome on in. There was a little bit of rain earlier in the day, so the qualifying did get rained out. So the starting grid was set based on last year's owners' points. So drivers like Christian Eckes, Taylor Gray, getting some good starting spots just because the owners' points of the 54 and the 16 were really good, despite those two drivers not being being new to those teams. Similarly, William Sawalich, driving the number 18 car, will get to start a whole lot further up the grid than he normally would have. Obviously, we don't know where they would have qualified if we'd been able to get the full qualifying run in, but we are here and ready for this one. Also, wish that so once YouTube's thing starts working again, I will do the normal race polls that we do. So here we go, and live on the CW. There we go. All right, so welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, I apologize for being tardy, but we are here now and ready. So there we go. Boom. All right, so welcome on in. We got 12 people hanging out in chat. Feel free to let me know who you guys think is going to win this race. I will say the good thing about having them basically re-roll it like this though is that we didn't get a Austin Hill and Jesse Love locked out of the front row, and they'll actually have to race their way from fourth and ninth on the field. I mean, I say not that starting ninth should be a impossible challenge for them to overcome, but every little bit helps make this race more interesting. Again, we're going into this assuming that this race is going to be a fairly good one. And again, Austin Hill, the super speedway dominator. Last 3 years, he's won this season opening race at Daytona. And the driver of the two car, Jesse Love, has been very good in his. I believe last year was his rookie year, so he had a very good start to his season. Looking at some of the other drivers on the list, we got Sam Mayer and Sheldon Creed, the two Stewart Haas, Haas factory team Xfinity Series drivers. They will be starting sixth and eighth there on the grid. Brandon Jones back in the 20, back driving for Joe Gibbs Racing once again. And then we got Carson Quapple, who for some of you guys that name might sound familiar. He is the son of former Truck Series champion Travis Quapple, and I actually got the opportunity to interview him here on this channel along with my friend JP last August. So that was a cool experience, and now he's a full-time NASCAR Xfinity Series driver. He was racing part time last year. So there we go. They are doing the command to start the engines, and we are going to be ready to go. There we go. Firing up the engines, and we will be racing here in a minute, as they will probably send this one to another commercial before we go this one. And I've heard a lot of people talking about how the CW might have been experimenting with the leaderboard, so I'm curious to see how the graphics end up looking for here, but there we go. Alright, so welcome on in, though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Feel free to let me know who you guys' pick to win this race is. I would love to hear you guys' picks. I'm probably going to go the boring route, and I'm going to say Austin Hill takes this one. And I say, do you guys think Allgaier, though? Allgaier getting all that extra practice, all the extra practice. Hey, Cole, how's it going? Alright, so there we go. Um, but yeah, so a lot of good drivers. We got Nick Sanchez in the 48. New driver there after Parker Kligerman hung up the helmet from full time racing this past season after he came oh so close to win or make the Xfinity to the next round of the Xfinity Series playoffs. Let's see. All right, check in for the race. Get my check-in points. Yeah, so looking a little bit though, again, Sanchez starting 11th, Daniel Dye in the 12th position will be a pretty cool one. Sammy Smith in the classic junior in the classic Dale Jr. number 8 car. That one's another cool one to see. The number 8 font becoming available. Basically, the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated copyright finally running out, so now Dale Jr. is able to use that number for the number 8. Ryan Sieg back in the 39 once again. Justin Bonz Bonsignor. I have absolutely no idea, and I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation there. Yeah, driving the number 19, we got Greg Van Alstaff. Yeah, longtime ARCA driver making his making a start in the NASCAR Xfinity Series here. Brennan Poole in the 44. Oh, nope, did not mean to be scrolling on that side of things. Meant to be scrolling over here. So yeah, then we got Dean Thompson in the 26, another driver who has been doing, who's had a somewhat successful truck series season, although he didn't manage to win a race. Yeah, last year. Connor Zillich driving the 88 for Dale Jr. For Junior Motorsports down the stretch here. Josh Williams back in the number 11 car. Jeb Burton in the 27. Let's see, any other actual changes? Kyle Sieg back in the 28. Anthony Alfredo in the 24. Or, sorry, not the 24, the 42 um, for Young's Motorsport. Matt DiBenedetto, he is back with the same Viking Motorsport team that he had last year, but they have changed from a Ford to a Chevy, and their new car number is car number 99. Harrison Burton is back in the Xfinity Series this year. He'll be driving the number 25 for AM Racing. Ryan Triggs driving the number 24 here at Daytona. Unfortunately, he is not a full-time driver. Leland Honeyman Jr. Is back here. He's got a new number as well. It looks like number 70 on the list. And then Jordan Anderson rounding out the field. He is back in the number 32 car. So we got a pretty decently stacked field. Hopefully, you guys are excited. I'm certainly excited here as we are getting ready for this one. Showing some highlights of Jamie McMurray's Daytona 500 win. And there we go. All right. So you're picking Austin Hill as well. All right. Makes sense. Again, Austin Hill is the absolute dominator here at the Speedway. I say it would not be shocking to see him or Jesse Love be able to win this one. I mean, but yeah, here we go. Let's see. I say showing Parker Kligerman planting his flag in the infield grass last night at the conclusion of the Daytona truck race, just for us to find out a couple hours later that he was disqualified in post race technical inspection, and we all hated it. So there we go. Anyone know where I can stream the race? It's available over on the CW. It should be available on the CW and the CW is available for most. I believe it's almost as widely available as like Network Fox and NBC. If you don't have the CW channel available, I know they do have a streaming app, but I don't know if it's live over there or not. So those would be the two spots. There's also all the in-car cameras, which are available over on HBO Max, or sorry, just Max. That's the new home of the in-car cameras. Other than that, you'd probably be um, down to either trying to grab the radio. You can get the radio broadcast on the on NASCAR.com still. That would just be missing the graphics, which is essentially what I'm doing here is just another radio style broadcast. So, but I'm very much willing to be opinionated as opposed to regular broadcasts, which my biggest problem with them is the fact that a lot of the time they are, um, as I say, they're either underwhelming or just in general, kissing up to the storylines that NASCAR wants them to talk about. So, but yeah, again, I'm not able to put the actual race broadcast up due to copyright reasons. I know that that annoys some people, but I do. I'm a stickler. I follow as the copyright law as far as I know. Nothing I do breaks the copyright rule, and I've never been informed otherwise by NASCAR. So we are all set. We got again 30 laps, and then a final 60 lap stage to the checkers. So there we go, and we are set up and ready for this one. So welcome on in. We got 25 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us. As we are live and going here. So there we go. We've crossed 5 o'clock here. We are sitting, what is that? 13 subscribers away from hitting 2,900. That is insane. Let's say 13 subscribers away from hitting 2,900, which is, again, I don't know how else to say it other than just completely insane. Yeah, we are also we're a little under 24 hours away from the drawing for the giveaway that we've been running for the NASCAR 1/24 scale diecast. Again, there is a link, top link in the description for that one. If you guys want to go ahead and enter, if you guys haven't already, and if you guys have already entered, always remember to double check because I do have a thing that you can click if you check back in each day to get an extra entry. Not to mention whenever I update tweets and stuff, it tends to give you guys an extra chance to go ahead and earn an extra point or two. But again, that drawing will happen during the Daytona 500 stream, and the picks will be announced on there, but also over all my other social media after the fact. So that will be, as I said again, that's coming up tomorrow. Daytona 500 stream will probably be going up around 12:30 or 1. But there we go. Welcome on in. We got 38 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your very valuable Saturday afternoon here with us as we are getting ready for this one. We also have a NASCAR Fantasy League going as a part of my Fantasy Friday series that I do. That will be the second link in the description. The link to my Fantasy League. If you guys want to take part in that, compete against me and a bunch of other viewers, I will be highlighting the top performers on my Fantasy Friday series each and every week as I break down the race picks for that week. So I figure that'll be a fun way to incorporate NASCAR's fantasy app in. So I think we got like 20 people in there last I checked. Let me see if any more people have signed up today, because I know I put out a tweet and a couple of other posts. Nope, we're still at 20. Okay, so we got 20 people hanging out in there. And again, if you guys want to sign up and join in on that, again, feel free. And we will be set and ready for this one. So there we go. All right, so there we go. We are now 12 subscribers away from hitting the 2,900 number. Again, I've been saying that I'd love to hit 3K by the end of the year. If we hit 3K by the end of the month, that would be insane. Here we go. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of Justin Allgaier and Taylor Gray. As they go through the restart zone, green, 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 green flag. We are racing here at the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway. The ARCA race earlier today was also legitimately insane. So, yep, there we go. All right, it is definitely going to be an adjustment having to get used to the leaderboard down at the bottom, or the scoring stuff at the bottom of the screen. But here we go. Justin Allgaier takes this one from the top line, and that top line got immediately organized and way more organized than the bottom lane, and is looking like we might start to see a top line train here going pretty soon. The inside lane not hanging. And I say, despite not being anywhere near as tightly bunched up as the top lane, the inside line using that shorter way around the racetrack to be able to stay just about even here as it crossed the line. Allgaier had the lead at the line. But again, the question being is how long can he sustain this? So there we go. I don't hate the graphic being at the bottom. I don't really understand the point as to why not putting it at the top like it normally is. But I'm certainly not opposed to people experimenting and again, the fact that the CW and all these other people are going to be experimenting potentially with other options. Again, I'm not opposed to it. So here we go. Now Austin Hill has been able to push Allgaier out ahead. And now Austin Hill could theoretically start to work both lanes of traffic here. Maybe even make the move to try and pass Allgaier. Sheldon Creed also getting alongside Taylor Gray, and it won't be long before he's able to start to make a move here. Yeah, there we go. Say Taylor Gray in the inside line starting to fade very fast here. I believe they have about 7 or 8 drivers still in the on the inside line here versus the rest of them, and I don't see. I say if now the good thing about having not a lot of drivers is that you can get drivers to work together here. Yeah, a lot better, but say the sheer number of cars is going to be a very important thing. Although here we go, here comes Taylor Gray going to pull alongside the 7. Storm right on up to the side door of the 7, and I believe Taylor Gray actually led at the line there. So there we go, Taylor Gray showing some real speed here, and who's that on his back bumper? That is William Sawalich. We saw him racing in the ARCA race earlier today. Was nearly able to pull off a victory in that race. Came up, I believe, a short second place, I believe, if I remember correctly. So those two Joe Gibbs Racing teammates, and in fact, it is a Joe Gibbs Racing train on the bottom. So not only are there a few dedicated drivers down there, it's the Joe Gibbs Racing trio there. You've got Gray, Sawalich, and Jones are 1, 2, and 3 on that inside line. Again, the problem being is that they are outnumbered by that outside line significantly. But so far, so good here as they are going ahead. And again, Allgaier, Hill, Gray, Creed, Sawalich, the top 5. And it looks like they're going to send us to a side-by-side commercial break. I will say, the CW actually has some really cool graphics. I mean, as someone who loves the graphics side of broadcasts and works with what I've got for this one, but yeah, and I say the graphics on the broadcast are really good here. So there we go. Here we go. Coming off of 3 and 4 here, and again, Allgaier and there goes Hill. Austin Hill makes the move to the inside. And there we go. Austin Hill manages to leapfrog past Justin Allgaier as Allgaier moves to the bottom to try and take advantage. Hill right back to the top line, going to try and see if he can build that top line right back up to a competitive spot. But again, Austin Hill taking that pass and that. Oh, we got a big crash behind! Quapple's in it along with Brandon Jones and others as they are all completely wrecked. Again, Brandon Jones, massive damage on the front end. And shock and surprise that Brandon Jones' first race back at the Joe Gibbs Racing team would end up with him getting involved in massive crash damage. It's almost Daniel Dye involved again. Carson Quapple involved as well. That's unfortunate. Would have loved to have seen him be able to be a little bit more competitive, and I don't think his day is necessarily done. The other drivers I did mention though, Brandon Jones almost certainly done. Daniel Dye probably done for the day as well. But there we go. Alright, so there we go. Welcome on in. Phew. So there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. Again, we will be streaming the 500 as well tomorrow, as we've got ourselves a fun day of streaming ahead. Alright, so there we go. So yeah, submissions for, by the way, just to let you guys know, the entries for the Daytona 500 giveaway will be closing at 2 o'clock sharp. So the draw will happen at some point after that. We'll have to wait and see. Likely we'll do it under the first rain delay because I'm expecting that we are going to see a rain delay sometime around 2:30 or so. But yeah, it will happen during the live stream. So if you guys just are waiting for that, just tune in for that, and we will announce it there. So there we go. Alright, so we are currently sitting at 379 people who have all joined in on that sweepstakes, and over 6,500 entries already on the entered into that conversation. So there we go. Again, we got our flag of the day. They've gone to a full screen commercial break. We will get a full assessment of the damage when they get back from the break. But again, multiple drivers involved here. Brandon Jones, Daniel Dye, some of the bigger ones involved. Again, Carson Quapple as well, another driver that was collected in the carnage there. Quapple, of those ones that I mentioned, probably the only driver who I think could realistically continue in this race. So there we go. Here's race. There we go. So welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Let's see. Here we go. Coming back from the commercial break, seeing some of these ones. I'm not sure which car this is, but that's one of them getting spun out. I'm gonna go back to another commercial. Come on. Are you kidding me? I was giving you a lot of props for the graphics, but come on. We came back from the commercial for 10 seconds, get to see one on board of a car getting spun out and going straight back to another commercial? Are you kidding me? Alright, so there we go. We are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, the only complaint I have about the broadcast so far is the fact that it seems like we just went back to back commercials. So there we go. Again, we got 20. We are, we've got 29 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your very valuable time here as we are getting ready for this one. And let's see, the NASCAR Xfinity Series entirely on the CW. Again, if you guys haven't found it yet, I get it. The and I say NASCAR is going to be bouncing around on a bunch of different channels this year. All right, so there we go, and we are chilling out here. Come on, it feels like this commercial break is taking forever. Maybe it's just because I know that we've got a commercial or a crash to go ahead and analyze afterwards. But there we go. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so they're still single file. I don't know if I believe pit road should be open this time by. Alright, so now they're coming back from commercial break, though. We should hopefully be able to get an actual count of how many cars were involved in this, but yeah, safe to say it's going to be a lot of them. Alright, let's first just see who all is out of the race, theoretically, here. Okay, so Brennan Poole, Brandon Jones, Daniel Dyer all out of the race. Pretty safe to say they are 4 and 5 laps down each. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so yeah. It's just one of those big wrecks in the middle of the pack, which. Alright, so what exactly started it? Let's see. Riding on board with Sammy Smith. Oh, it was the two of Jesse Love pushing on the back bumper of Brandon Jones that ultimately led to the spin. All right, so there we go. So there we go. We got ourselves all set up. We got a lot of drivers kind of involved or getting glancing blows there. Hopefully, they all we managed to avoid significant damage there. Hey, Randy, how's it going? All right, let's go out Allgaier and win this one, and then we'll worry about the 500 tomorrow. Hey, I certainly hope so. I think Allgaier could put up a really good fight tomorrow. I question if a part timer can go ahead and win the 500 just because again that the level at the Daytona 500 level is so high. I'd say my list is I think Austin Hill is who I think is going to win. I'd love to see Allgaier get it, but I think those two are easily the two favorites in this race. Then third, I'd probably put Jesse Love just because of the RCR connection. Then honestly, I don't know who else I'd put in that. I think those are your top three contenders, and then maybe the other junior motorsports cars gotta fill out the rest of the top five. But here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. They are back to racing. And here we go. Green flag is out. We got our working lap number 12. And let's see. Say the Haas factory team all over the back bumper of RCR trying to give a nice strong push here. But the 16 of Eck is giving us an equally great push to the back bumper of the 7 and Justin Allgaier. And it looks like Allgaier off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Allgaier currently has the better push, although now he got separated from the front bumper of the 16, and Austin Hill will easily clear the 7. Now the 00 clears the 7 as well, and it looks like even the 54 is going to go ahead and clear this one. So, yeah, again, the fact that Junior Motorsports has the Hendrick Motorsports connection definitely gives them the best chance of any of the kind of independent teams compared to like the Brendan Gaughan and Beard Motorsportses of the world. Although Beard Motorsports, they've put up some good fights in the 500 in the past. But say they definitely say it is say usually the open cars that we see are usually fourth and fifth string cars. I cannot show the race because of copyright reasons. Again, if it was allowed, I would, but yeah, copyright reasons, I cannot show the actual broadcast. But here we go. We got again Austin Hill currently leading the outside line, trying to build up a dominant outside line. Justin Allgaier doing everything he can to try and side draft that outer line as he continues to try and build this inside line back up. He and Eckes are both doing a very good job actually of going up, side drafting the outside line, and then diving down to the bottom to try and pull some of that momentum. So there we go. And here we go down the back straightaway. Yeah, Jeb Burton in the number 27 car. That's another driver I wouldn't put out of the running. He and the other uh, who's in the other um who's in the 31 for the other Jordan Anderson racing car, but the Jordan Anderson racing cars, I wouldn't rule them out for a potential surprise winner here at Daytona. Jordan Anderson himself has gone from last to 12th here in the grid, and it's Blaine Perkins is in the other of the other Jordan Anderson car. So any of those three, Jeb Burton, Anderson himself, or Perkins could all be potential contenders here. Jordan Anderson having two runner-up finishes in Daytona truck races prior to going and moving his team up to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. But again, right now, Allgaier trying to build up that inside line. The inside line is a building in numbers, but as of right now, the organization is all over the place on the inside line. Now, Custer and Hill both kind of taking a look like they might be looking to try and block the bottom lane here. Say at the moment they're kind of half between the two lanes as they kind of put that block, but they know Taylor Gray and those Toyotas on the outside are going to be pushing. Again, you got Taylor Gray and I believe that's William Sawalich on the outside line. I believe they might be the only two remaining Joe Gibbs cars out here after, again, a very early wreck. They're talking to Daniel Dye on the sidelines out of the infield care center. Glad to see he's okay. You always hate to see some of these drivers involved in these big wrecks. We love to see them coming out the care center a-okay. Sorry, yeah, the Justin Saborn or whoever, or again, I am fully aware I am butchering his name, but yeah, Bon Signor is also a Joe Gibbs Toyota. I completely missed him as a Joe Gibbs Toyota. Again, there we go. They're sending this one to commercial break, and again, that outside line is starting to build an absolute dominating force here. Again, the fact that Austin Hill, one of the best super speedway drivers in this Xfinity Series field, and one of the best plate cars in this Xfinity Series, is absolutely just freight training that outside line, and even in the hands of Justin Allgaier, the rest of the line, he's only got four other drivers in that inside line with him, and five cars versus 35 on the outside line is not going to make that a very easy battle. So here we go. Again, we are 18 laps in here, a little bit over halfway through stage one. Again, they will. I think they can make it to the end of stage one on fuel. So I'm expecting that they'll make it to the end of stage one on fuel, pit at the end of stage one, make it to the end of stage two on fuel, and then we'll see our first green flag stops occurring in stage number three. So that is the plan. And here we go. Oh, the rest of the drivers starting to abandon Justin Allgaier, and Allgaier all alone on that bottom line here. And that is unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, just want to give a quick shout out to JJ Yaley. He put up an amazing fight on Thursday. Yeah, ultimately came up just shy of being able to race his way into the Daytona 500. And because of the rain this morning, canceling qualifying, he ended up missing out on what was a fairly good shot to try and time trial his way into the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona as well. So I just want to go ahead and give that shout out to JJ Yaley. He showed up and he came ready to play this weekend. And ultimately he ends up getting sent out here. Oh yeah, again, I'm not saying I like Hill, but as a driver, you can't deny the talent in both the horsepower behind that race car and the driver on these super speedways. Again, yeah, the personality issues definitely might not certainly wouldn't be the first guy on the list of drivers that I would want to have lunch with. And oh, whoa, say whoever that is on the inside line, that is the 44 of Brennan Poole, who has his hood has completely dislodged and is flapping up and now currently blocking his windshield here under the commercial. We are still in a side by side commercial, but yeah, right now, I say is oh, it's not blocking his view, but the caution flag does wave. So that I believe it is going to be a debris caution to try and get Brennan Poole back to the pit road to go ahead and reattach some of that stuff because I have to imagine that the hood is a required part. So there we go. And the Creed stuff, though, I think that was 2 years ago now. I know time flies, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the Hill Sheldon Creed stuff happened 2 years ago because Jesse Love was in that two car last year. But there we go. Alright, so they're going ahead and looking for people to go ahead and show their fan caves. Unfortunately, my fan cave is got put underwater last night, or not last night, but late last year. So yeah, I am having to use a backup area here, and let's see. So yeah, here we go, and Yeah, so Brennan Poole chooses not to pit, and then right after he chooses not to pit, the repair work comes undone, and he has to go the full lap back around to go ahead and get back onto pit road. And again, that car, Brennan Poole is essentially out of this race, but he and the team are going to be going to work to at least attempt to try and get this Alpha Prime car back out onto the racetrack. And that is a long list of associate sponsors there on Brandon Jones's fire suit. All of those being brand deals through his primary sponsor, Menards. But Brandon Jones, an absolutely talented race car driver, I'm sure. But I have always had questions about if he actually belongs all the way up at, if he belongs in top equipment. Again, I think he could have a very serviceable career on kind of a middling tier Xfinity team. I think someone like Brandon Brown, obviously a little bit of a connection there just because of the Brandon and Brandon name, but something like that, a Jeremy Clements type, type career. I think he could have a nice, easy, quiet career. But the fact that he's constantly in these cars that he's expected to be a championship contender in, leads him to having a lot of spotlight put on him, and certainly a lot of potentially justified, a lot of questions being lobbed at him. And again, I think that he has some talent. Again, it just comes down to the fact that he certainly hasn't lived up to the equipment that he's been put in, and the fact that he is still continuing to get put in this type of equipment. So there we go. Matt DiBenedetto, say they're going through a quick report, and hey, the fact that they got height and weight on here, I mean, those are things that you just. I feel like we don't actually hear much about the height of some of these drivers and as to how physically tall they are, outside of like the occasional comment about how, oh, yeah, Austin Cindric is 6'5", or oh, Carson Hocevar is 6'5". Or one of the ARCA guys earlier today, I was listening into the radio broadcast, a 6'6" ARCA Menard Series driver. But and then the occasional comment about Kyle Larson being on the shorter side. But yeah, I mean, seeing a full like kind of breakdown of how athletic these guys are, because I say to be a race car driver, I know the joke is that, oh yeah, all you're doing is steering a wheel, and a lot of people can drive a steering wheel. Even I can do that. I can't do this. So here we go. Coming down pit road. Pit road is open, and a lot of these drivers are going to pit now. These are drivers who are hoping to either take advantage of fresh tires and maybe be able to rocket through the field, or they're going to lay way back on the start and basically wait for and try and take advantage of the track position at the end of the stage. Again, it's kind of in that weird spot where I think you can pit here and have a good shot at driving your way up through the field to earn yourself some points. But you're also in a situation where you're not that far out from the end of the stage where you could theoretically take care of these tires, stay out at the stage end, and then you have track position for the start of stage two. So it is kind of that weird kind of double-edged sword, and they could go about this in a number of different ways. But yeah, the CW graphics are just so beautiful. I mean, again, I will try not to gush about this all every single Xfinity Series race, but it is going to be hard because these graphics are absolutely beautiful, and it's rare to see a NASCAR partner putting in this kind of effort. I mean, again, CW, I hadn't really heard of them as a sports thing prior to doing this, but or prior to this deal with NASCAR, but absolutely, I think they have lived up to well up and above and beyond any expectation I have had for them. So there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. And yeah, that is an astonishing amount, but there we go. We got 26 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your Saturday here with us. And there we go. All right, so there we go. Here we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. They got say they're going to full screen commercial break, which is we're under caution flag. That is perfectly fine. I have no problem with going to a commercial break when we are at a break like this anyway. So there we go. Chilling on out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. All right, go. Again, I'm just gonna go ahead since we've got a minute. Gonna go ahead and shout out the our Fantasy Friday racing league that we do over on in the NASCAR Fantasy app or NASCAR Fantasy Live. We've got ourselves a Fantasy Friday league where I will be featuring the top 10 or the top performers in that league over on my Fantasy Friday series when I break down the race for the upcoming week. So if you guys want to take part in that, feel free to go ahead and check that out. It should be the second link in the description. So there we go. Just a little bit of a of my own ad read there. All right, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here, getting ready. They should be coming back from commercial break here shortly. But yeah, I would love to get to interview some more of these Xfinity Series guys. I continue to reach out to them, but so far, I do have an interview actually scheduled or in the works to be scheduled. I just need the driver to get approval from his team, so we should be getting that one announced here shortly. But here we go. Coming back from commercial break. Should be all set and ready for this one. So, yep, here we go. Doubled up. Lights are off in the pace car, and we should be getting ready to go back racing. Let's go ahead and skip that ad break because we definitely don't want to be running ads. Got the ad automator on so that it doesn't, so that I don't just completely forget about getting paid on these, but also I try and skip them if I see them coming up in an opportune time. So there we go. Again, it'll be 5 laps to go in the stage when we take the green flag, and it is going to be an interesting spot. Let's see. When did these guys last pit? That is going to be the interesting one. So the last pit stop is going to be. So the first driver on tires will be Sammy Smith in 12th. He pit under that very first caution flag for the back when we saw the Brandon Jones crash. Justin Allgaier will be the first driver on brand new tires in 17th. So he will have to pass 7 cars to get into points positions. Yeah, and saying if he wants to get that playoff point, he will need to pass 16 cars. Otherwise, he could potentially again lay back and try and preserve those tires for later in the race. So there we go. Again, we are doubled up and ready for this one. All right, go again. We are doubled up and ready to go racing. Pace car is off. field in the hands of Austin Hill and Taylor Gray. Here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are racing here at Daytona. And actually, just thinking back to something we talked about a moment ago, Randy. Say if we're talking about character concerns, I remember having a ton of them about Taylor Gray because I tend to remember his first, what was supposed to be his first Truck Series start. He ended up missing it due to a an automobile crash, which was a single car crash, which doesn't speak a whole isn't again it can happen to anybody, but it is one of those things that as a racing driver, it does seem kind of ironic to miss your first actual race because you were involved in a in a street car crash. Again, he was okay, so I don't mind kind of making jokes about it now, a couple years later. But yeah, so between that and then I believe, if I remember correctly, I think he was also the guy who got busted, Snapchatting and driving at Daytona too, while doing a ARCA test here at the Speedway. So yeah, here we go. 4 laps to go, and again that top line once again immediately became the definitive line, especially without Justin Allgaier leading the grid. And speaking of Justin Allgaier, he has absolutely started to dominate his way back up through the field, up to ninth place already. Here comes Jesse Love as well, another driver who I believe is on fresh tires. So again, these drivers are making their way up through this one. And the question is, how far can they go? 3 laps to go. 3 more times around here. And they are putting on a show here. So 3 laps to go in stage one. Austin Hill currently holds the lead over Sheldon Creed. But you have to wonder, what is Creed planning? And does he have any friends? Because his teammate is a whole 10 spots back in 11th place, Sam Mayer. Yeah, so Sheldon Creed doesn't have an in-house teammate, and the rest of the cars around him are Chevys. So I have a bad feeling that if he tries to go for a move, he may end up being left out to dry. But right now, Austin Hill, though, the biggest question is Austin Hill just a sitting duck here as they come across the line? 2 laps to go. Again, as the laps start to wind down, your opportunities are going to be limited here. Allgaier is up in the points, so he might be okay with just riding it out for a couple of points here. But speaking of riding it out, who is that all the way to the bottom of the racetrack? Is that Leland Honeyman? Yeah, that is Honeyman Jr. jumping his way all the way up to the top 5 here. Yeah, he has Jesse Love with him, but the two of them are basically all alone on the bottom of the racetrack, and they're going to have a hard time gaining momentum here with that outside line. They do have a third driver down there. Not sure who that is. It's a bright lime green car. But yeah, here we go. Again, Leland Honeyman Jr. sliding back to the 7th or 8th position here as they kind of start to falter. And there it is. White flag is out for stage number 1. 1 lap to go. And let's see. I'm gonna say, can Austin Hill hold on to this lead? Will a run be formulated by the other Chevys? Will the Chevys even bother to try and make a run, considering the fact that if they try and go for it, they could potentially end up wrecking themselves again? It's the last lap. Creed making a look. Oh, and there we go. Jeb Burton pops out of line. Yeah. But yeah, Sheldon Creed and Sanchez made him look. Now Sheldon Creed down to block. Yeah, say Creed kind of doing the blocking for Austin Hill. Austin Hill just having to keep the 00 in his mirror. And through the trial they go. Austin Hill wins stage 1. Caution flag flies as Sheldon Creed, Nick Sanchez, Jeb Burton, Anthony Alfredo the top 5. Leland Honeyman Jr. with a very strong 6th place finish. Justin Allgaier gets his way all the way to 7th. Dean Thompson up to 8th. Yeah, 9th was Jesse Love, and rounding out your top 10 was Taylor Gray. So Taylor Gray able to hold on to that top 10. Sam Mayer, the first driver to miss out on the point. So there we go. My CW quit working about the time the race started. Yeah, that seems to be the one. That seems to be basically the one thing that seems to be a problem with the CW is that their mobile app seems to be a little bit unreliable because you're not the first person I've heard complain about the CW app quit working. So, but yep. So again, I call these races as good as I can, especially considering the fact that I also had a full 8-hour shift today. So there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Also, again, would love to hear you guys' opinion as to who you guys think's going to win the race. I know a couple of people's picks already. But yeah, I feel like Allgaier winning the championship is going to be one of those things that we'll look back on in like 5 years and just completely forget that it happened. I feel like a lot of Xfinity Series champions kind of end up that way. You kind of forget about who actually won the title, especially when it's some of these kind of Xfinity Series lifers, for lack of a better term. Yeah, where some of these guys like Allgaier, yeah, again, similar to some of these other ones, they go and make a career in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Randy LaJoy being another one, a much older one, but still another one that also had that same uh, type of Xfinity Series lifer type career. But there we go. So again, there we go. We are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, we're at commercial break here as the stage just ended. Again, Austin Hill holding off a swarm of hard chargers here. Sheldon Creed, Nick Sanchez, all trying to dive out of line, trying to find the timing to make something happen there. But ultimately, they kind of all ended up faltering there as Austin Hill was able to just kind of follow the block that Sheldon Creed was making, and the blocks Creed made was good enough to go ahead and get himself second place. Problem is he wasn't able to catch Austin Hill off guard there, so there we go. Oh yeah, he definitely deserved it. It's just one of those things that, like, looking back on the record books at some of the Xfinity Series champions or even truck champions like Travis Quaffle, you know, trying to think of some of the other ones like Jeff Green back in the day. That's another one that just, say a guy who goes ahead and gets the championship, but you really just wouldn't remember it in the long haul if it wasn't for like trivia questions every once in a while, where it's like, oh yeah, name a forgotten NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. Oh yeah, Jeff Green. Well, like how David Starr was a Rookie of the Year in Cup at one point. Because I believe he won that one. Yeah, CW mobile app is garbage. Yeah, makes sense. Again, I've never used the CW mobile app, but I've heard from multiple people on multiple occasions that it has been unreliable at best. So, but again, I've been streaming these things for a little while now, and even when I go to the track, I try and go live from the grandstands as well. So, yeah, we had some fun. As I say, not going to any early races this year, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, right. I hear what you're saying. Yep. But yeah, so again, I'm looking forward to going to a couple races down the stretch here. Not going to any early races. Normally, I'd try and go to a spring race and a fall race, but ironically, my local, my home track, yeah, got a playoff date back, so I will be going to the Bristol Motor Speedway and the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in back-to-back weeks. Bristol because, well, it's Bristol, and New Hampshire being my home track, we'll be doing the back-to-back weeks there. So there we go. All right, and we got pit stops underway. Nick Sanchez. And say, let's see, is that going to be a 15? Oh, 16-4 for Sanchez here. Okay, Creed away with the stop. Okay, so they definitely still have some graphics things to work on. But hey, is a no new broadcaster is gonna be perfect right away. But yeah, there we go. Dean Thompson, the first driver off pit road. I believe he may have gone no tires. Austin Hill holds on to his spot, or holds on to his spot. Yeah, being the first driver off with tires, I believe. And there we go. Again, they're showing some scenic stuff of the Daytona beach coastline there as we get ready to go back to commercial break. I'm going to throw in a quick commercial break as well, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a drink, and we will be right back. Uh-oh. Uh, hey, Dad, whose car is in the straight part of the driveway? Nobody. That's not yours, dude. Say, because the warning lights are flashing on it. Both blinkers are flashing. Oh, really? Yeah. The lights are off inside the car, but yeah, the lights are flashing. I don't know if you can go ahead and take a look because I'm going to be getting back to my race here shortly. But yeah, I just saw the lights and I was like, huh. Yeah, and it's definitely Prius, so it's mine. Okay. Yep. All right. Thank you. Also, I heard Schmegels was on the phone, right? Is there a specific reason why you want me to send you that? Did something happen, or is it just that you want to see that? All right. Anything further you want to tell me about what happened, or no? He just wants you to be at the top of her meeting. Okay. Not that she really wants someone else to get involved. Okay. Just figured I'd ask because I know that sometimes when she's having a tough day, she'll ask me for cat stuff, but also just ask her for cat stuff in general. Okay, I'm on it. All right, and we are back. Sorry about that. We are ready for this one. All right. All right, so there we go. All right, welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's still having a good time. We got 19 people still hanging out in chat. Let's see. All right, you're from Eastern Tennessee. Bristol is an awesome track, spring or fall. Yep, but yeah, I've been to both the spring race. I was at two of the three dirt races that they ran. I haven't been to a concrete race in the spring, but I've been to the night race on three different occasions. So yeah, I've been to the night race a bunch. I've been to the spring race for the back when they had the dirt race going on. But yeah, Bristol is definitely a cool track to see. But there we go. I'm running two phones on the Roku as well. As well, do better for sure. Yep. Well, again, that's one of those things that when you're stepping up from kind of a what I think a lot of people would consider a second to third tier. Okay, so I guess they're tracking Matt DiBenedetto's health, health and stuff all the way through the race. So there we go. But yeah, again, that's one of those things because I feel like CW a lot like kind of USA Network. Yeah, when they started covering NASCAR races, kind of jumped from a second tier network to a first tier network, at least in terms of my viewing, the amount that I view stuff over on this one. So it definitely feels like the app needed to be updated as they were going to be getting a lot more attention and probably more traffic on the app too. Yeah, visibility being awesome all the way around Bristol. I'm going to be on, and oh, okay, here we go. We got Eckes was catching up to the field. I thought we were under green there for a second. I was like, did I completely miss a restart? But no. But yeah, that's the cool thing about Bristol is that one, you can sit up high enough to see around most of the track. But then also, in addition, you can also, say it is such a loud track as well. My only complaint is probably just the amount of up and down that there is around Bristol, because like to get from say the where all the merch haulers are to the fanfare on the back on the other side of the track, having to go up and down a lot of hills. So there we go. Yeah, networks probably weren't ready for it for sure. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when Pokemon Go ironically launched and wasn't ready for their player base size. So here we go. Green, 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 green flag is out, and we are ready to go back racing. So here we go. Allgaier, Mayer, Burton, all racing it out here. Gonna try and take this one. And okay, so that was so that's Mayer that has that weird lime green car that I was looking at earlier. So there we go. And here we go. Green, green, green. Let's see if Harrison Burton can go ahead and beat Allgaier out the gates here to try and take this top spot away. That I think that would give some major credit to Harrison Burton, because I think a lot of people, especially after the way that his Cup Series tenure went in the Wood Brothers 21, that a lot of people kind of lost confidence in him. And say because at one point he was touted as one of the better rookies in the NASCAR Xfinity Series on his climb through the ranks. Speaking of guys who are touted as highly touted rookies, we got Connor Zilic in behind him. So there we go. Oh yeah, I know it's yeah. They definitely located in the mountainous part of eastern Tennessee, but I'm just talking about like specifically the like walking just around like the very perimeter of the track itself. Because yeah, I mean, there's anything around it is beautiful mountains too on either side. Here we go again, down into 3 and 4. The top line is just way more organized here, and I don't know if Harris and Burton will be able to do much here. And I mentioned Zilic as a highly touted rookie, and he's all of a sudden dropping back. Not sure if he's got damage on the front end of that car or something. Doesn't look like. He's got. Yeah, he does have some tape on the front end of that car. So he was clearly involved, probably in that first crash with Brandon Jones. But here we go. Let's see. Yeah, right now so they're showing Jesse Love in this wheeling number 2 car here, as they're trying to build some momentum here. Austin Hill up to 7th already, so he's making his way back through this field. He's going to try and make some big jumps here, and let's see. Oh, to the bottom of the track goes Sammy Smith. There we go. Bottom of the track, making a 3-wide move, looking for the lead goes Sammy Smith as he goes around Harrison Burton. Burton drops out, and now it's a pair of Junior Motorsports cars blocking for the lead. So there we go. Junior Motorsports on top, and there we go. Gotta love seeing the Junior Motorsports cars jumping out to the top spots there. Alright, so here we go. Down the back. Okay, yep, they're gonna show this replay. I kind of want to see this one again. And yeah, Sammy Smith just commits that bottom line, gets the 25 stuck in the middle, and then just leapfrogs him nice and clean. That is a very clean leapfrog there as he goes right on by the 25. And now Sammy Smith versus Justin Allgaier for the race lead. Harrison Burton was able to avoid getting completely stuck in the sucker hole as he was able to hang on to that second spot on the inside line, which, again, is a very good spot to be in because he can put you in a good spot to do exactly what Sammy Smith just did to you. So there we go. So there we go. Again, coming down the back straightaway. And here we go. Let's see. What will... Oh, Austin Hill and Jesse Love pop into the middle line here. And there we go. The 25 of Burton Yeah, takes that one, and now it looks like the entire, basically the top line, all just shifted down here as say as the RCR duo just went to the middle lane. The entire top line came down to block them, and one or two drivers got shuffled out of that one. It looked like Sam Mayer was one of the drivers who got shuffled out for sure there. And now there goes Harrison Burton going to the top line, and he's going to fall back as well. So again, the top line kind of, the top line with Burton kind of evaporating there and falling back. And Jeb Burton has found his way to the lead of the race amongst everything else that was going on there. How did Jeb Burton take the lead in all that? So there we go. We go to the side by side commercial break. And I will say, I'm also really liking the amount of side by side commercials that we're getting from this one. So there we go. Say the number of side by side commercials are nice. Again, Jeb Burton, Ryan Sieg almost getting his way back up to the top of the grid. It's been a minute since we've seen Ryan Sieg go up there and contend. It's been like what, a couple months since we saw him contend at what, Vegas. I think he nearly won. But yeah, so here we go again. The bottom line here, and as a Jeb Burton trying to work both lanes here, but that is a very tough job to do. And here comes Sammy Smith, big run on the outside. Sammy Smith goes up side drafts and pulls away. But the bigger thing is that Sammy Smith brings with him that Austin Hill big blue machine there. And let's see again. We are absolutely chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So there we go. It looks like Jesse Love unfortunately got shuffled out of line, so he wasn't able to continue the charge through the field with his teammate there. But again, Austin Hill making his way all the way up into the top three. And say if it wasn't for the fact that he is really just like the Terminator here at the plate tracks. You know he's inevitable. You know he's going to contend for the lead at the end of the night. And the question is, can anyone stop him? And here we go. They're blocking both lanes. Hill to the bottom of the racetrack. Sammy Smith and Burton both go up to the top. Burton now back to the bottom trying to block Hill. Hill up to the top trying to find a way around Jeb Burton. And are they going to? Yep, they're drag racing down the straightaway. And Austin Hill gets by Jeb Burton. Burton going to fall in line here. And oh, wow, he just stacked up Sammy Smith. And it looks like Burton might have some kind of problem with that car as he is really slowing down. And then he goes and puts himself in the middle of three wide, which is not exactly an ideal spot to be in. Hill now leads the field, and the bottom line seems to be the superior line, at least for the moment, as the rest of the field is pretty much three wide, aside from the front five or so that are singled out. So there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Everybody's having a good time. Once again, Zach, I already answered this question earlier, but again, cannot show the stream. Can't show the video footage because of copyright reasons. Yeah, I know that that's annoying because I know some people blatantly disregard copyright and are willing to risk getting their channel shut down, mainly because they just throw up junk channels for no reason. To go ahead and illegally stream these kinds of things, but again, I follow inside the rules as best I can, and I I try and produce the best content I can, despite the limitations of coloring inside the lines. So, yep, there we go. Again, coming back from commercial break again, just over halfway through this first stage. Currently working lap 17. And lap 47 overall. And again, this race, this final 60 lap run is going to be insane here. And honestly, the pacing of this race, I actually quite like the pacing of it so far. We had two cautions early. Then we had the caution for the end of the stage, but it feels like it's just been a very well paced thing. They're going to show how Austin Hill took the lead here, which really was just a game of Austin Hill making a move and nobody being able to block him. But yeah, Sammy Smith tried to put a big block on him. Ultimately went back to the top, and that was the mistake for Sammy Smith. If you get a block on Austin Hill, you better not be giving it up. Yeah, say because that block is exceedingly valuable. So there we go. And again, it's Hill, Sieg, Sanchez, Zilich, Truex, the top five. But yeah, we're starting to see some. I say the drivers are starting to surge here. The question is, again, where's the seven of Allgaier? Allgaier is all the way back in 16th still. So again, we'll have to wait and see if he can surge through the field. He obviously isn't on nearly as fresh of tires as he was the on that one run where he ran his way right through the field. All right, so there we go. Yeah, single file train around the bottom of the racetrack. Right now, that top line is going to need some help if it wants to materialize. So there we go. Again, Ryan Sieg started in the 14th position after a very strong 2024 season from him, where he came mere inches away from winning Texas early in the year as well. Definitely would be a cool one to see him potentially go ahead and take this Daytona season opener. I mean, hey, that would be amazing. We'd also know that Ryan Sieg would be locked into the yeah playoffs for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and I think it would make just a big tone. It would be a big point of emphasis for the Xfinity Series season. Like, hey, we're already starting with the surprise winners. Not to mention, I think it would just be cool to see someone beat Austin Hill. If you can beat Austin Hill straight up and not have Austin Hill get wrecked and be the reason why Hill didn't win this thing, but if you can straight up beat Austin Hill to the line, that would also be another one that would just be a cool storyline to talk about. But honestly, I quite like the fact that we actually have a driver in at Daytona that we can point to and say this guy is the best or this guy is one of the best. And if you can find a way to outdo him, outrace him, make a pass on him, hey, we can talk about that being a great move or even a guy having a career, potentially a career day. So there we go. Again, we're currently working stage 2, 50 laps down out of 120. So we got a little over, we got 70 laps to go. 70 times around. Let's see. Yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We are we are currently sitting 10 subscribers away from 2,900. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And there we go. Yeah, we've been having a ton of fun. I will say Daytona week is definitely a long week. Yeah, especially for a content creator like me who it definitely drains just a little bit to with the fact that I'm live streaming 5 days a week, but it is so fun to be able to talk about racing. It's been too long, so we've got this. But after this week, we go back down to kind of a normal weekend in Atlanta. Still a plate track, but we don't have duels. We'll have qualifying basically one day before before the main event. So. Yeah. Now that Austin Hill is taking his single file train to the top of the racetrack, and now that bottom line, again, the question is going to be can the bottom line start to form up and potentially make something happen there? Hey, Tiffany, how's it going? So, welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Again, it has become a single file train around the top line for at least the next couple of laps. Again, we've only got 7 laps to go in stage 2, so the question is who and where will this move come from? Because we know somebody is going to get impatient at some point and make the move to try and win this stage, or even just get themselves some more stage points. But the question is, who's going to make the big move and where is it going to come from? Here we go. We got a driver in the mid-teens making a pop out of line. Not sure if it'll be enough to kind of drag other drivers to make a move. And here we go. Allgaier has found his way back up to the top 5. There we go. Gotta love seeing the alligator getting up into the top 5. And again, this top 10, it is a very strong group. I mean, you've got Sawalid, you've got Gray, Creed even, Sam Mayer in the 41. You've got a lot of strong contenders for a potential champion there. But again, it feels like the top dogs in the Xfinity Series, you really have 2 or 3 of them that are a mile above the rest. So here we go. So yeah, we are down the back straightaway here, riding on board with Jesse Love here, right behind Sam Mayer, or not Sam Mayer, Sammy Smith, the other Sam that still drives for Junior Motorsports. And here we go again. This top line though has become basically the entire storyline here. You've got about 3 or 4 cars on the bottom of the line, but those 3 or 4 cars are not strong enough to beat the 20 something on the top line. 5 laps to go, and again, somebody will start to get impatient here, and there it goes, Cole Custer to the bottom. Cole Custer dives to the bottom of the racetrack. And I say, a couple of the Toyotas go with him. Formerly a JGR driver, Sheldon Creed, has some of the Toyota drivers who go with him. But ultimately, it doesn't look like Creed kind of gets back in line in about 6th place here. And there we go. Allgaier to the bottom. Jeb Burton to the bottom. There we go. That's the kind of moving and shaking that we were waiting for. Big block from Jeb Burton on Allgaier. They managed to somehow not wreck that thing, but man, that was an aggressive block, and that is amazing racing here. Allgaier gets back in the line. Realizes that maybe the move was a little too early, but no, Allgaier back to the bottom of the racetrack. And here we go. Now Sanchez to the bottom. Sanchez going to see if he can go ahead and put this block down. And there we go. The 2nd place driver, Ryan Sieg, also going down to the bottom. And again, Austin Hill still fairly unbothered here by the challenges. And here we go. Jeb Burton pops out of line to the bottom of Nick Sanchez. He's going to go ahead and pass Sanchez. Going to try and put some pressure on the top 2. But so far, the top 2 of Hill and Sieg really have been fairly unbothered. They've made some small moves to go ahead and cover off the bottom to kind of balance the top and bottom lines here. But it really has been a fairly uneventful for those 2 specifically, they've been able to just make very calm, very timely blocks, while everything from 3rd on back has been basically jump out of line, jump out of line, jump out of line, get back in line, get back in line, get back in line, big block, big block. So here we go again. Hill and all Hill has to do basically is worry about the front bumper of Ryan Sieg. If he can keep the front bumper of Ryan Sieg all over his rear bumper, and then all he has to do is rely on Ryan Sieg, who is a very talented race car driver in his own right. All he has to do at that point would be worry about Ryan Sieg making the correct blocks, which obviously I would trust Ryan Sieg to make those blocks, although granted, maybe that is a little bit biased considering the name. So here we go. Again, down the back straightaway here. Austin Hill, a lot of, he's got the control of the field here. The question is, again, who is going to be that next driver to pop out of the line, try and take that momentum from the bottom of the racetrack? And it's Nick Sanchez up into the fence, and his car is destroyed here. Nick Sanchez up into the fence. Yellow flag is going to come out, and that will end the stage. Austin Hill, your stage 2 winner. He sweeps the stages here. 41 laps led on the day. And the yellow flag will fly. And again, that will be the stage end there. And Nick Sanchez, a very disappointing way for Sanchez's race to end. What on earth happened? I mean, it had that one came out of almost nowhere there. Did Sanchez try and start to make a move? Did he get a bad push? Again, not really sure what happened, but man, again, his car is definitely gonna need some work. He's definitely not. I don't think he's necessarily out of the race, but he certainly is out of any real chance to win this thing. So here we go, replay time. So here we go. Looking for so Sanchez is just ahead of Creed and Allgaier here. Creed to the back bumper, and oh, Creed, yeah, just runs into the back of him, and say that big push, yeah, gets him squirrely, and he just is not able to hold on to it, and that is a monster bump from the Stewart Haas camp. And again, hopefully, again, you always hope that Sanchez is okay because again, he takes a little bit of an awkward angle there. Although, again, these race cars they are built to be safe. You always want to be doubly sure. But again, Nick Sanchez, nothing he really did wrong there outside of not being able to handle that push. But again, I think that was mostly on Creed just giving way too big a push, and I think he actually moved around on that rear bumper, which is something we've seen guys like Jimmy Johnson and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. do that a lot at Daytona, and that's one of those things we've learned over the years you can't do. And here we go, coming to the checkers of the stage, and it will be Austin Hill officially claiming the checkered flag from stage number 2. Ryan Sieg, Sheldon Creed, Allgaier, Dean Thompson, the top 5. Burton, Gray, Sawalich, Anthony Alfredo, and Harrison Burton rounding out your top 10. So both Burton guys are going ahead and getting this one. Uh, Justin getting in the 19, getting the 11th spot, the first driver to miss out on the points. So there we go. They send this one to commercial break. Welcome on in. All right, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time as we are getting ready for racing. Again, we got the Daytona 500 tomorrow. I cannot wait for the Daytona 500. Alright, so there we go. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. We are chilling out here, getting ready for this one. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, they're getting ready to come back from commercial break here shortly, and we will be getting ready for this one. Let's see. Okay, so there we go. Okay, we're chilling out. We should be getting back from commercial break here shortly. There we go. Again, also just dealing with the with some other stuff on the side here. Let's see. All right, so there we go. Back from commercial break. Pit road is open, and they're all coming. Everybody's coming to pit road. Nobody left behind. Here comes Ryan Sieg. He's going to be the first driver to hit his pit box. He gets his pit crew going to work here. Creating that 00. I will say that 00 font looks weird. Maybe it's just it's very similar to what they used before, but it is definitely different. There we go. Creed with only a two-tire stop there. A 10-second pit stop, 15 for Sieg. Allgaier and Hill still in their pit boxes. Their pit boxes are a little bit further down. 8.8 for Hill as he goes and does a two-tire stop here. And there we go. That is one thing I would think that, not trying to bash on CW too much because, again, I think their broadcast has been amazing. Including somewhere on their graphic of their race off pit road the tire count because that is definitely a big factor when it comes to, like, for example, Dean Thompson winning the race off pit road earlier because of the fact that he was the only driver to go either two tires or no tires on his pit stop, being the reason why he was able to jump past Austin Hill there. All right, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Alright, so again, we're chilling out here. Say still a commercial break, but we will be getting ready for this one. We've also got snow coming in tonight. Great. Gotta love snow coming in. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Oh, hey Zach, how's it going? What channel is this on? It's on the CW. Again, most people should have access to it. It's as far as I know, it's an over-the-air broadcast channel, similar to Network Fox and NBC. But I also know that some people, like, especially if you have, say, Sling or some of the other kind of TV streaming kind of cable alternatives. The CW doesn't always have, depending on the area, the CW isn't always available on those, even if it says that it should include the CW. So, but that is the channel that the entire Xfinity series will be on as we get ready for they're coming back from commercial break. We should see them doubling up here shortly for the restart, and we'll be seeing them go back to racing here shortly. So yeah, that's the channel that the race is on. It is on the CW. Again, it was also a channel I was fairly unaware of the channel. I had briefly heard its name before it got made the primary home of the NASCAR Xfinity Series last year in the playoff, or was it last year in the playoffs, or 2 years ago in the playoffs? But yep, that's the channel it's on. So there we go. Yeah, if you're looking to watch the TV broadcast, that's where it is. Again, I can't put it on the screen because obviously, yeah, I'm trying to follow the copyright rules. And here we go. Oh, what happened to Austin Hill here? Why are we seeing a replay of Austin Hill? All right, he pulls in, goes through the pit box, and oh, he had a tire going down. No axle grease leaking. That is really not good. So, say something leaking on that 21 car. So far, it hasn't been a problem, but you don't want to say it. If it's a problem, it will make itself obvious here shortly. All right, so there we go. I will say the leaderboard at the bottom of the race is still something I have not gotten used to yet. I'm not sure better or worse. Again, I'm not sold on it being terrible, but it just feels weird not to see it at the top. So here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. They're back to racing. Austin Hill. Yeah, Taylor Gray battling it out here at the front of the field. Looks like Taylor Gray gonna have the edge going down the back straightaway here. The question is, can he clear Hill? And if so, can he make the big block to try and get himself ahead of Hill? But no, Austin Hill with a great push from Sheldon Creed keeps himself out ahead. There we go. Ugh, man, starting to get a little stuffed up, but we are good to go. And let's see. Yeah, no worries. Say, and hey, if you either can't find it or decide that you want to stick around and maybe watch the stream up the race on mute and listen to me, feel free to go ahead and do that as well. But obviously, appreciate you popping by. So there we go. Again, 54 laps to go. This race is it's past the halfway point. The race will be official no matter what happens weather-wise. Speaking of weather, we do have rain coming in tonight, tomorrow for the Daytona 500. So hoping that we can get most, if not the entire race in. But as I said, that is a question. And yeah, so that is what the problem, and that's why the camera on the 21 had also been fairly blurry. It's got to be because of the leaking. So whatever it is, we don't know what's leaking on the 21 yet, but we'll figure it out at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, this top line, say these cars are going to go ahead and make this top line the freight train here for at least a little bit. Freight train the top line here, the bottom line, gonna see if they can fight back. But again, at the moment, I expect that this is just gonna be a top lane dominant. No, here we go. Sheldon Creed making a move to the inside. Creed saw this run coming from Ryan Sieg, and Sheldon Creed gets the makes the move, gets down in front of Ryan Sieg, and this inside line is here. The inside line has built itself right back up, and they are contending for the lead here. Sheldon Creed, Ryan Sieg, Jeb Burton on the inside line. Hill on the outside line. He's got Allgaier behind him, two of the best Chevys in the field. And right behind them, Jesse Love, the second RCR Chevy. So those are three of the fastest cars in the field. But this inside line, they are some scrappy underdog picks here, and they are making this one work here as they drive right on by, and now have Sheldon Creed out ahead of both lanes. He can start to potentially block either lane. Sheldon Creed, if you're smart, I would try and get the 21. I'd try and drag maybe Ryan Sieg or one other driver ahead of you before you start blocking Hill. And no, he goes up to block Austin Hill, and here we go. Ryan Sieg now gonna have a run on Custer. Now you're gonna be able to start to block the 21 in with a little bit of traffic here, as Austin Hill in some of the heaviest traffic he's been in all night. He's not on the front row of a lane. And here we go again, kind of boxed in because he can't go to the bottom because Burton and Gray are right there. All right, so there we go again. Right now, Sheldon Creed made a great move to get around Austin Hill, and now Ryan Sieg and Jeb Burton are gonna try and take control of this race if they can. They go to a side-by-side commercial, and we will be continuing to go here. Okay, welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. This stream is actually done really well here. We are now 8 subscribers away from hitting 2,900 subscribers. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to tune in for whether this is your first race or whether you guys have been here for multiple. So here we go. Again, that inside line starting to vaporize just a little bit, and Sheldon Creed has that lead. But no, here we go. The second he gets a chance, Austin Hill right to the bottom of the racetrack, and he is just like, I am better than you. I am going to prove it. Give me my lead back. And there we go. Austin Hill just takes that one back with authority, takes the lead, and now he's going to work both lanes as he tries to go ahead and control this field. All right, so there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So Austin Hill just taking command of this race. Now the question is, what can Ryan Sieg do in the second position? Can he find a way around him? If he can he go ahead and make something even bigger happen? So there we go. All right, so there we go. Austin Hill here, Ryan Sieg, Austin Hill both moving up to the top line here. That does leave Jeb Burton on the bottom line to potentially carry a run, but that run off the top side is going to be a potent one as they go ahead and get ready for this one. Let's see. So we've had some of my most some of my most popular streams of all time have come this weekend. In terms of the Daytona duels. That's our second most popular stream of all time. Last night's truck race, which I'm still bummed that I didn't do a better job of that stream. Yeah, but tonight's is already putting up a pretty good fight as well for a top 15 spot. So there we go. We're still at side by side commercial. Not much has changed here as that inside line has started to kind of vaporize just a little bit here, leaving the field in the hands of that top line. We got a lap car coming up. Okay, so we got a car coming up that is a lap down. And let's see, is he going to stay out of the way? Looks like it. No, it's a really damaged race car. I believe that is Brendan Poole. Yeah, so that is Brendan Poole just trying to make laps and trying to stay relatively competitive there. So there we go. Oh, is this what's this a commercial for? Is this a commercial for okay, Super Nintendo World. All right. And here we go again. They have got this one lined up here. Yeah, this top line is really just kind of become the line to be in, and it seems like the later and later we get into this race, the more and more dominant that top line is gonna be. All right, so welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I've been absolutely enjoying this one. Hopefully, you guys are too. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, right now oh, there we go. Sheldon Creed pops to the bottom of the racetrack once again. Gonna try and maybe make the same move he made earlier, but there we go. Hill to the bottom of the racetrack. He's gonna try and get that push from the 00. Now he's gonna have to hope that he can get back up in front of Sieg. He is not gonna be able to off the off of turn 2. Here we go down the back straightaway. Sieg has the track position. He is alongside Hill. Hill is gonna have to drive it in deep in the into the corner here. But yeah, they are door to door here, wheel to wheel, as the two drivers go through the motions here, and this inside line has come right back to life. Every time you think it's dead, it comes right on back. All right, so there we go. And they're talking with Nick Sanchez, who is out of the infield care center. Good to see him out of it. You always hate to see someone out in a wreck like that, but there we go. And again, 44 laps to go here. Tonight, as we are absolutely, this race is actually going again very well paced on this race. So there we go. And here we go. Ryan Sieg out in front of the field. He's got the edge. He might even be able to block Hill here soon, but no, Hill's surging back on that inside. And here we go. All Hill needs is a well-timed push from the inside line to get him ahead of Sieg to allow him to start blocking both lanes again. Again, that is easier said than done, but it is definitely doable. So here we go. All right, so there we go. All right, so there we go. All right, Ryan Ellis in the 71. Wow, I feel like I've looked through most of the field, and I hadn't seen him in the field yet. And wow, that is actually a really cool car there for Blaine Perkins in the 31. And also, here we go. Austin Hill has gotten back out in front of the field. He is able to start blocking both lanes, but he is staying on that bottom line for now. And here we go again. This one is chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. 42 laps to go here. Again, closing in on the end of this race. The longer and longer we go without a green flag or without a yellow, the faster and faster this race is going to feel. So again, here we go. The 21 of Hill, he can go ahead and block both lanes. He goes down to the bottom to block that inside line who has the run. But here we go. Through this corner, you're going to want to make the move up the track. You got to make the move up the track at some point because this outside line is going to have a run off the corner. No, the outside line run off the corner just never really came. All right, well, good on Austin Hill for not listening to me and going ahead and staying on the bottom line. Here we go, the Brant orange car. Not orange in color, but he's got oranges all over the side of it as opposed to his normal cornmobile. All right, so again, right now this race has actually been a really good one. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. I know I certainly am. Yeah, we'll be here for the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Yeah, potentially we'll go ahead and throw together some pregame or some pre-race stuff as well as we will be hanging out. It'll just come down to what my schedule ends up looking like tomorrow morning, which could heavily be dependent based on what we end up having for snow in the morning. But yeah, here we go. Allgaier to the bottom, and Ryan Sieg down to cover. And now just, oh, no, no, no. You're not about to let Hill and Jesse Love get linked back up. Hill and Love, if they get linked back up here, I say Hill starting to look like he might be able to make the move. Here we go. Austin Hill, next time you know your teammate's getting momentum, you make that move up in front of your teammate, and then you have the 2 car push. Come on, let's see this one. No, and in fact, Austin Hill gets taken 3 wide here, and no, Austin Hill coming to pit road. There we go, Austin Hill coming to pit road, and good thing it wasn't brake fluid that he was missing, because if that brake pedal went to the floor, that would have been really bad there. But nope, they were coming to pit road. I completely forgot about the fact that they were coming up on they were coming up on 40 laps to go, which these cars can go roughly 40 laps on fuel, so makes sense that they would be coming to pit road right about now to start the cycle. If I was the RCR cars, though, I would have wanted to try and make sure that you could pit together. And Jesse Love stayed out on the racetrack, obviously, because he had to. Now oh, let's say the Bennett machine, they're taking a little extra time to look underneath that thing, try and figure out what on earth is leaking. And again, Austin Hill, this might be the thing that is going to cost Austin Hill a shot in this race. Again, you hate to see this happen to one of the most competitive cars, not just because obviously I think the guy is a very talented race car driver and because he's my pick to win, but also, oh, wait a minute, I just realized exactly why he had that happen. All right, so there we go. Another wave of green flag stops. And again, Hill stopped on pit road here still. Austin Hill, I mean, his day is essentially done at this point with how long he's been sat in that pit stall for. Uh, as I say, the dire curse strikes again. It always seems like my picks for the race wins always seem to have some sort of bad luck befall them. I was really excited for Kligerman winning that thing last night. He ends up. I don't think I ever actually made an official race pick for that one, but I was certainly stoked to see Kligerman get it, and Kligerman lost it. But there we go. Allgaier losing the pack of cars that he came out of, or the came out with, and now he's going to get taken a lap down here by Ryan Sieg and the others who have yet to pit. Again, all these drivers are hoping to make this run to the end here. Let's see, Allgaier. Who did Allgaier pit with? Because Retzloff, Gase, he didn't pit with them, did he? Just looking at some of the guys that are just ahead of these leaders, some of the other drivers that are about to end up a lap down. Like, who on earth did he pit with? I know he pitted with Hill, but obviously Hill has been stuck for longer. Okay, so Sammy Smith was the driver that he kind of pitted with there. So there we go. All right, so where did Sammy Smith? So Sammy Smith is in 21st. So he's got a couple of spots up on Allgaier, but yeah, Allgaier really having a really rough time there. Needed a little bit of an extra push there to get this thing going. There we go. Let's see. Getting everything going nice and easy here. 34 laps to go. 34 more times around, and the question is, when will this lead pack come to pit road? You've got Sieg, Creed, Burton, Gray, Love, Burton. And listen, the fact that we got both Burtons back in the Xfinity Series is going to be one that I'm going to have to get used to because I'm so used to just saying Burton and assuming people know I mean Jeb. But now it's Burton and Burton. Yeah, Burton versus Burton for battling for position. Well, not right at the moment, but will be throughout the year. But yeah, so here we go. Yep, here comes Ryan Sieg and the rest of them. Creed coming to pit road. You've got both Burtons. You've got Gray, Love, Mayer, Bongshorn, and caution flag as the 5 is absolutely torn up and they have an issue getting onto pit road. The 5 is absolutely torn up. Josh Balicki in the 91 ends up in the grass. And again, Jim Burton and the others going ahead and getting their service done. I believe they will be able to finish their service. And there we go. Caesar Baccarella, I believe, is the current race leader. But man, who is even driving the 5? I can't remember for the life of me, and I can't read the. Oh, Chris Wright. Okay, Chris Wright ends up being on the wrong end of this one. I just want to know whose car or what did he hit that caused that much front end damage without us seeing someone with rear end damage. So here we go. Oh yeah, his brakes just completely failed and he ran right into the back of who was that? That wasn't oh that was that was the 91. But yeah, so that was just a straight up a brake failure. I have to assume that was a brake failure considering how out of control he was there, going right into the back bumper. Yeah, I mean, I have got to assume that that was a brake failure on the on Chris Wright because Chris Wright is an experienced driver. I mean, sure, his absolute ceiling of talent is pretty much a complete unknown, but his floor of talent is should be way better than whatever we just saw there. So yeah, I mean, again, maybe it's just me having a lot more confidence in Chris Wright than I should because I know the guy somewhat on Twitter, but I've seen this guy race 1,000 times, and Austin Hill goes behind the wall with whatever the leak is. Where it is a mechanical issue, I believe he will be allowed to return because the overtime or not the overtime, but the damage clock rules don't apply to the new damage clock rules of being able to go to the pits or going to the garage area doesn't affect the Xfinity or Truck Series. Those are only for the Cup Series. All right, so there we go. Yeah, I mean, legitimately going 115 or so into the pits, you can't do that. All right, there we go. All right, so there we go. Leland Honeyman Jr.'s car has rolled to a stop here, and pit road is officially open. A lot of these guys coming back down. Oh, I know this is sorry, that's the replay of the green flag stop. I'm curious if Matt Benedetto got on pit road before they threw the caution flag because De Benedetto was at the back of this pack and was kind of behind the wreckage. And if you aren't on pit road when they hit the light, that could be a very big difference there. So there we go. All right, we're at commercial break. We're gonna go ahead and do another quick promo. If you guys are watching this, you guys are probably NASCAR fans. So yeah, again, top link in the description. We are going to be giving away a 24th scale NASCAR car. Let me see. Do I got my NASCAR car? No. Okay, where is my diecast? I know I've got one around here. I gotta have one. Come on, where's the 124 scale? Yeah, where's my McDowell car? Yeah, no, it's not in that box. Okay. Hmm. All right. Well, I guess I don't have my McDowell car in here. I'll have to see if it got moved to a pile in my room. But yeah, so we'll be giving away. Starting tomorrow, we will. Oh, I guess not starting tomorrow. Ending tomorrow, we will be going ahead and doing a giveaway. We've got about 19 hours left to go ahead and yeah, go to that link in the description. Um, and go ahead and sign up for the giveaway. So there we go. So yeah, there's a bunch of different ways you can enter. I've got a couple of Twitter posts that you guys can go ahead and retweet to go ahead and get those, along with following me on some of my other social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok. Also checking out the fantasy league. You can go ahead and get locked in via that. You can check out the merch store and get some entries. There's also a one per day bonus entry that you can just click for getting bonus points. So there we go. All right, so we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, so that is just real quick. We'll be doing one 124th scale car, and three other winners will also get a 164th scale 2025 diecast as well. So there we go. And again, the winners will be announced during the Daytona 500 stream. So there we go. All right, so there we go. That promotion was a little bit impromptu because I didn't realize that my McDowell car got moved. I've got two of them around here too, but I was supposed to have a third one, but apparently Fanatics didn't send me the right one, and it was the yeah. Apparently they sent me the 124 or the 164 scale car, not the 124 scale car. There we go. Yes, there we go. They're going to oh yeah, there we go. The fan cave. Yeah, they've got the yeah, they went and found the guy with the best fan cave there. All right, so yeah, we're chilling out here. Yep, there we go. Austin Hill out of the car, and again, his day essentially done. I don't know if he's officially turned in the card, but yeah, there we go. Okay, so say Austin Hill doesn't know the official finding yet from this one. Again, past we're past the lap 90 mark, so again, we're closing in on the end of this race. About 30 laps to go. And we are going to be closing in on this one. Welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, so there we go. Again, there's still time. So let's see. Felt good about the team. Can't say enough about the guys. And again, that's one of those things. Again, he has constantly brought a really great race car, and the only thing to really kind of be down on is the fact that it hasn't worked out in the end for him. So there we go. All right, so there we go. All right, so yeah, we're chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's excited. We should hopefully be getting back to racing here shortly. Although they might still be cleaning up some stuff, considering the cars that, you know, considering the cars that got destroyed and the potential debris. Yeah, so they have to be able to open pit road, and they can't open pit road until they've got that debris field cleared. Even if we are very confident, which I am, that nobody is coming to pit road. Yeah, at least none of the top guys are. All right, so there we go. Again, Austin going ahead and getting that one done. Let's see. All right, so there we go. 28 laps to go. And again, Creed and Mayer, the two SHR cars, both at the front of the field. There we go. And then you've got three Toyota. You've got three Gibbs Toyotas right there as well. 54, 18, and 19. Yeah, Burton and Seed, couple more Fords in the top 10. So, hey, at least, as I say, there aren't many Fords in the field, but at least the ones that there are all right near the front of the field. All right, so welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, again, hit the like button and subscribe. And again, you also have until the start of the race tomorrow to go ahead and get your fantasy lineup set and join in on the league. Again, we've got 20 people in there already. Can't wait to hopefully build that one up to even more than that. But there we go. So welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe. We are absolutely storming our way towards this the end of this race. And as long as we don't have this race feel like it goes 25 hours, we should have a good one. All right, so there we go. All right, so we are 8 subscribers away from 2,900, and we are climbing. There we go. I will say, I definitely like the look of this leaderboard. It was a pain because I had to go ahead and make a new leaderboard for the first time in a while, but there we go. It's in NASCAR Xfinity Series history, the most runner-up finishes without a win. Sheldon Creed at 13, Ryan Sieg at 5. Both of them running up inside the top 10 right now. That is hilarious. Well, hopefully for one of those two, their nightmare can end tonight. Problem, it will probably come at the expense of the other one getting yet another second place. So there we go. All right, they should be getting ready to double the cars up here as. Oh, here we go. Chris Wright. Let's see what he says. I'm assuming brakes just went to the floor. Yeah, responsible for the incident. Let's see. Super bad miscommunication with the spotter with the way things stacked up. I feel bad for the guys on track. Put our guys putting a. So wait, is he saying that was a spotter miscommunication? What? All right, so there we go. They're getting doubled up, ready to go back racing here. So there we go. I am still floored that he chalked that up to a spotter miscommunication. Are you kidding me? I mean, if I miscommunicate like that, I mean that is ridiculous. All right, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's excited. I know I certainly am. Again, that is just beyond insane. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to throw his brakes program under the bus, but again, I don't know what benefit, yeah, saying that does, because for me, it just makes me scared to end up anywhere near you on. That's what a miscommunication could be. All right, so there we go. Doubled up, field in the hands of Sheldon Creed and Jesse Love on the inside here. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down towards the infield. And here we go, the restart zone. Green, green, green. Green flag's out, and they are racing here once again at Daytona. 25 laps to go here. And let's see. What is this one going to be here? So there we go. Again, they get going here down into turns 1 and 2. Reed on the outside. Jesse Love on the inside. Love could keep the RCR streak going, despite the fact that the Austin Hill streak will end tonight. And here we go. Harrison Burton to the back bumper of Love. Gets Love out ahead. Now Love can potentially block both lanes, trying to figure out where the run's going to be coming from. Ryan Sieg and Sheldon Creed are both right there, ready to go. And you got both Stewart House cars on the top line, and then you got the other two Fords on the bottom. It is definitely going to be a guessing game as to where the momentum is going to come from next. This is where you get a lot of help from a very good spotter. The better your spotter is going to be how far back he can identify and how early on he can identify accurately the where the run is going to come from. Like right now, somewhat easy. The top line definitely more organized than the bottom lane, but the bottom lane has some pieces that if they just get a couple more cars in that line, I think that bottom line could be a threat. Honestly, if the two Haas cars both jump down to that bottom line, I think that bottom line would instantly become one of the most competitive lines here compared to the outside line, despite the fact that the outside line would still have the three Toyotas in it. And that's, I guess, another thing is the fact that the outside line has the two Haas cars, the three Toyotas in the back. But here we go again, 23 laps in, or 23 laps to go. I mean, and we are closing in on the end of this one. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's excited. I know I certainly am. Again, this race, it's coming down to the end. It's coming down to the wire. Hopefully, we are excited for this one. Let's see. Again, that top line starting to become potentially the dominant lane here. The 71, it feels like, needs to be getting a little bit more up on the bumper of the 39 car. It feels like he's kind of playing a little bit gentle, a little bit off the bumper. You need to be right up on that 39 car's rear end if you want to try and make a real run. So again, coming up on 20 laps to go here. This race has actually been a really good one. I'm absolutely stoked by this. I'm gonna say this run is definitely looking pretty good here. And let's see. Oh, yeah, say Sheldon Creed was debating going ahead and make the move, but his teammate wasn't free to make the same move because of the inside line being alongside him. So if the 41 gets clear, we might see the 41 try and make the chopping move down to the bottom. But again, right now we just have to wait and see here, it looks like. So here we go. Again, this top line is still very well organized, very strong, but that inside line is starting to pick up some steam here. The inside line, they've gained a couple of the Colleague cars, a couple of the Jordan Anderson cars, and Anthony Alfredo. So there we go. And Harrison Burton alongside Jesse Love for the lead. As they come down to 20 laps to go, again, Harrison Burton, Ryan Sieg making this inside line work. The outside line, still just as potent as it has been. And there we go. Again, these drivers here at Daytona are making this one work. All right, so there we go. Again, they're getting ready to go to commercial break here. And let's see. And it's a side-by-side commercial. Yes, let's go. 20 laps to go. We get a side-by-side commercial, not a full screen one. What is this? Fox, why have you not been doing this? There we go. And again, Jesse Love on this outside line trying to make a run, but as I say, you got to try and get clear to maybe start to block both lanes. If you can go ahead and block the inside line, if you're Jesse Love, potentially go ahead and start putting some pressure here. Yeah, there we go. I will say I'm absolutely looking forward to the NASCAR scripted series that I'm working on for this year. I think that is going to be a fun TikTok series to have going. All right, so there we go. Jesse Love, and there we go. That inside run there, the inside lane just vaporized again. I mean, they're still definitely there, but they lost a ton of ground. All right, a couple of the junior motorsports cars on the bottom line. You've got Quapple, you've got Sammy Smith, you've got the Seven of Allgaier, and there we go, the bottom line, and there we go. Who is that? Is that the 00? Yep, that is the 00. Creed taking the lead here. He popped out of line. He found the momentary opening here before the Junior Motorsports quartet gets to the front of the field. The 4 versus 1 battle. And here we go. Jesse Love to the bottom of the track. He's going to try and do the same thing that Austin Hill did, where as soon as he got past the lead, he was just like, "Yep, I'm the man. I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to pass you right back and show you that I am the guy to watch here." And again, 4 of the 5 junior motorsports cars all lined up right in a row here, and getting some good runs. Again, right now, Jesse Love is doing everything he can to make this one work. And welcome on in. We got 22 people still hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to spend a portion of your day here with us, as we are absolutely doing fantastic. And again, Jesse Love goes back up to the top line. He saw some momentum coming. Also, the 44 Brendan Poole still out there just crawling around on the track. And again, Jesse Love trying to make some good blocks here, trying to make both lanes work. So there we go. Hill to the top, Hill to the bottom, and or not Hill, sorry, Jesse Love to the bottom. And again, drivers at some point, somebody is going to make an over aggressive move here. The question is, who will it be and when will it be? And as of right now, I don't think we have the answer to either of those questions. Well, who will it be? I don't know. There isn't really a standout. I mean, Brandon Jones is already out the race, so because he was basically the built-in butt end of that joke. But yeah, when is it going to happen? It's going to happen soon. You know that for sure. But here we go again. Coming down to 15 laps to go. And again, Jesse Love blocking both lanes, trying to make whatever he can happen here. And the question is, that's it. Again, that question of where this next run is going to come from. You got all four, or yeah, you have you have four junior motorsports cars, and then the Haas cars in the outside line. They have two of them and three Toyotas behind them. So not a single unified team, but two different teams that are currently being basically forced to work together because they're in the same lane, or a four-car organization who is entirely dedicated to each other here. And there we go. The entire back bumper of Quapple's car has been replaced with duct tape. That's funny. But here we go again. Love trying to work both lanes. He goes up to the top to cover off Creed here. And then Creed follows him to the bottom line, and here we go. Again, 14 laps to go, and they are making this one a very fun battle to the checkers. I can't wait for this one. Let's see. All right, so again, right now, let's say the biggest thing is going to be this drag race for the junior motorsports cars because they've already got all four drivers on the bottom line. They don't really have much more they can do. But there we go. They've got the run on the inside. I say led by Connor Zilic here. Zilic won in his Xfinity Series debut back at Watkins Glen last year. And now the 88 takes this one to the race lead. And there we go. The 88 of Zilic has his moment out in front of the field. Sammy Smith in behind him. Then you've got Allgaier and Quapple. So again, a very stacked inside line here. A lot of junior motorsports representation. Then you've got Jeb Burton in behind them in the Jordan Anderson machine. So there we go. Again, a lot of Chevy power on that inside line, and it is going to be tough for the two to try and one, get back in front of them, and two, be able to hold this lead. So here we go. Again, 12 laps to go. Not a lot of time here as everybody's kind of starting to figure out what they want to do. And there we go. Quapple goes and shuffles out Allgaier. Allgaier gets shuffled to the middle line, and that is not good. So here we go. 12 laps to go, and the question is, what is going to happen here now that once again, Love is able to block both lanes. He can block whichever lane he sees the momentum coming in. So here we go again. Daytona, 11 laps to go. So again, 11 laps to go. They are working their way through this one. This race has been incredible. I don't know if it's just the way the CW is producing this race because it has been a very well produced race. Or if it's actually just the fact that this race has been really overall a very good race. Probably a mix of both, but yeah, it's been a really good night so far for the NASCAR Xfinity Series guys. And here we go. We've got over 4,000 views on the stream. We got 20 people hanging out in chat as we are closing in on the end of this race here. Again, 10 laps to go that time by. 10 laps to go, and the junior motorsports camp has evaporated the inside line. Yeah, now it is just the four of them and then a couple of stragglers at the back. Ryan Sieg, it looks like, has joined on to that one, so they've got now that's up to 5 or 6 good cars. Problem is that is about all the cars that are in the inside line. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. And here comes Creed up the inside. He's trying to make the pass. And as they go by Brennan Poole, who spooks everybody up to the top line, the two Stewart Haas cars, the Haas factory team cars to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make this one work. But the three Toyotas on the top line pushing Love. And here we go. Jesse Love is going to go ahead and get back out in front, and he can now work both lanes at the both lanes here. Goes up to the top to pick up the Toyotas. I say the Fords go up the side draft, but right now it's all about the about Jesse Love here. Goes down to the bottom to pick up the Fords through this corner. And again, Jesse Love trying to do the masterful job of blocking both lanes at once. It is going to be a tough one. And as I say, it can so easily go so wrong here as they go ahead and take this one. 8 laps to go. 8 more times around. And the question is again, are we done with cautions? And if so, where will say? And if not, where or when will this next one come from? And oh, there it is, Justin Singborn there, and oh wow, that is a big impact there for him. Anthony Alfredo comes sliding out of nowhere, and somebody has lost a wheel, and oh, they're still wrecking. They're still wrecking there, and here we go. 8 laps to go, and the 19 of Singborn there has absolutely destroyed it, and oh wow, the entire carcass off that number 42 car has come down. So again, Anthony Alfredo going to try and limp his way back to the pits, but man, that is a really rough spot there. Again, Justin Singborn is absolutely taken out here. The question is, what was the cause of the yellow? Because again, I know that Singborn got spun, but was it his fault or was it the guy behind him's fault? So here we go. Gonna get to see a replay here. Let's see. All right, running up behind him. All right, so 16 up to the top, 16 down to the bottom, and 16 pushing on that corner. He lays off him though. I think that's no harm, no foul there. And then here we go. Here comes the 7. Oh, and yep, the 19 was trying to throw a late block on the 7, and ultimately just did not have the room to go ahead and make that kind of move happen. And Quapple sneaks through. Are you kidding me? Carson Quapple has got to get some credit for that. Carson Quapple sneaking through the fire. Carson Quapple with an amazing dodge here in the number 1 car. Just manages to sneak on through. Literally flames in his face looking. And oh, he does get run into the back of a little bit by the 32 of Anderson. But all in all, that is certainly a better wreck than it could have ended up as. We could have seen a very big one from that, but ultimately it stays a somewhat medium-sized wreck here, and there we go. All right, so again, there we go. All right, let's see. How's everybody doing? We got 19 people still hanging out in chat. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, we are under caution probably for one of the last times, as we will probably be either near overtime, if not, yeah, if not, we'll be at like 2 or 3 to go in regulation here. Alright, so here we go. 7:30. This is actually a nice time for the race to be coming to an end. Not too late, not too early. This race has been right about 2 hours. 2.5 hours. Honestly, the Xfinity Series is between the length of the race being just about the length of the event being just about right, and the pacing of it feeling very good here. Hey, Clyde, how's it going? All right, so there we go. We are currently under caution here with 6 laps to go after a multi-car crash involving the 1 of Carson Quapple, the 7 of Allgaier, the 8 of Sammy Smith, the 19 of Justin Singborn, and then we had the 42 of Alfredo also involved. Those are your 5 drivers involved. The good thing is that Quapple did make it through, and again, it was a late block by Singborn that on a hard charging Allgaier that ultimately led to the wreck. There we go. They got the in-car camera here on Jeb Burton, and here we go. Let's see. So there we go. All right. So again, we are getting ready for the end of this race. It should be pretty close to the end of this one, and we are going to have a late race sprint to the checkers. So I don't know about you guys, but I am absolutely ready for this one. Again, we got the Daytona 500 tomorrow. That should be a good one as well. Yeah, thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your very valuable time here with us. Ooh, new Fox graphics for IndyCar. Okay, that literally. I don't mean to be a. I don't mean to be a detractor here, but they quite literally. Those look like they just copy and pasted the. Yeah, legitimately looks like they just copy and pasted the F1 graphics, which obviously they didn't do because ESPN would absolutely annihilate them if they ever touch those F1 graphics. But yeah, it definitely looks like IndyCar did their best job to recreate or even forge the F1 graphics there. So there we go. Yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Currently under a commercial break as we are getting ready for the final sprint to the checkers, and it looks like we might be seeing overtime. Again, the question is how much overtime and what will this progress bar do when we get to overtime? Because we haven't seen that yet. The new progress bar for this year. Not sure what it'll end up doing if we end up getting overtime here, but here we go. Oh, whoa, okay. Give me a moment, guys. I just noticed something I need to fix on the graphic here. Give me a moment. There we go. You guys might not have even noticed what I fixed, but it was bugging me, so I had to go and fix it. And hopefully it fixes an issue for you guys too. So, and again, they're rolling currently here under the yellow pace car out in front of the field. Jesse Love in first, Sheldon Creed second, Mayer third. So whatever lane Love goes to, Creed, you and Mayer have got to go to the opposite and hope that you guys can get a good restart here over the others. Because if you guys can get a double up here on these guys, potentially go ahead and jump them for the jump Love. Yeah, potentially be able to go ahead and get this one done. Again, looking at the rest of the field, I don't know who else would be able to pull this kind of thing off. I mean, Quapple and Allgaier in 9 and 10 could maybe, along with Zilich in 5th. If the three of them can get together, maybe they could go ahead and pull off something. If I say certainly, actually, if Mayer and Creed both do that and Gray goes to the top, Zilich goes bottom, Burton goes bottom, so Wallace lines up behind Gray in the top line. We could theoretically have a very strong inside line here. Here we go. Choose cone. Hill to or not Hill, but the yeah, there we go. Love to the top. Gray. Zilich though chooses the bottom line. Quapple and Allgaier. No, Allgaier chooses the outside line. So the outside line is going to be Love, Gray, Zilich, Sawalich, and Eckes. The inside line, Creed and Mayer. That's going to be the duo to watch. Burton and Quapple, and then Ryan Sieg on the inside. So that is the breakdown here for what is probably going to be a very exciting run to the checker here. Here we go. Just start up the recording now so that we have this one for potential shorts. All right, here we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. There we go. Danny Stockman Jr., the crew chief of the number 2 of Jesse Love. And again, if they can keep this RCR dominance going with only one car, I mean, hey, that would be impressive. Because again, it was one thing if it was going to be Austin Hill once again. It's another thing entirely if Jesse Love is able to continue the same type of dominance. And there we go. Let's say Jesse Love and Danny Stockman. Cannot wait to see what this duo does as they get ready to go green flag racing. Again, the pace car, the lights up should be off on the pace car as we get ready to go this time by. So again, I think it might be just something where it'll take time to get used to the, to the leaderboard at the bottom. But again, I am so ingrained to used to seeing it at the top that it feels weird to see it at the bottom. But here we go. The crowd is on their feet. It is a packed house in Daytona. Not quite sold out. I do see a couple empty seats, but here we go. Pace cars off. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are racing here. 3 laps to go. And Jesse Love is going to have to fight have the fight of his life here as he goes and tries to race his way to victory here. Goes to the bottom of the racetrack. He and Taylor Gray make the move. What will Taylor Gray be willing to do for a victory in his first race of his full-time rookie campaign here? Going to the outside goes Custer. Custer to the top. Or, wait, no, sorry, that's not Custer. That's 00 of Creed. Sorry. Creed to the top. Now down to the bottom. Creed and Love here out in front of the field. These could be the next generation of Xfinity Series stars. Hit Love up to the top to block the move here from Creed. Creed goes up to the top as well, and now Taylor Gray and that inside line is coming. There we go, the block, but no, he doesn't stay in front of the block. He goes right back up to the top, looking to try and take this one back. And here we go. 2 laps to go. 2 more times around. And again, Love having to go up and down, blocking both lanes here. He is doing a phenomenal job of blocking both lines here. Again, Jesse Love holding off Taylor Gray. My only worry is, what is Taylor Gray willing to do? And oh, there's a wreck behind, and we're going to overtime. There is a wreck behind, and we are going to overtime. Oh my, that is a big one there. Eki is torn up. The 4 of Parker Retzloff torn up. The 18 of Sawalich is in pieces. What a mess. And there we go. The 88 of Zilich has come to a stop in the infield grass, and he has dropped the window net, signaling that he will climb out and exit this race car. And there we go. Oh man, overtime here in Daytona. Yeah, sorry about that. I need to get some drink in me, and we will be going ready for this one. So here we go. Voice was starting to dry out a little bit there on that last run. All right, so there we go. Zilich climbing out of his car, walking away under his own power. Obviously, nice to see him climbing out under his own power. You obviously hope he's okay, because you hope all these guys are okay, because there were some pretty big hits here. Let's get a good look at the replay and what started this. So here we go. Oh, it was just kind of a crooked push there gone wrong, and oh, a late block from the 00, or not even really a overly late block, but it was a block on a driver who was also getting a push at the same time. A really poorly timed block, but again, it was not on Creed who pulled that block. It was just really poor timing there on Allgaier and Zilich, who were Allgaier was coming up to push Zilich, and it just happened to be timed with exactly when Zilich hit the rear bumper of the car in front of him. Greg Van Alst also getting a piece of damage in this one as well. Just another driver that we're now seeing now that we get a chance to see the replay and see who all was actually involved. Because there were more cars involved in this than I think we initially noticed. J.J. Yaley involved as well in the 91 car. He's been a little bit of a battering ram tonight. He's been involved in a lot of stuff, even though they weren't his fault. So yeah, and there's where the 71 gets involved, and there's the 35 of Greg Van Alst. Again, great guy. I've actually seen Greg Van Alst win in person before. Or no, I didn't see him win in person. I saw him lay down a trail of oil at Charlotte the year I went. I was like, I remember Greg Van Alst, and usually if I remember something from an ARCA race, it's almost certainly the winner. Or a spectacular crash, and in that case, it was a leaky oil thing that caused us to have like a 20-lap yellow. And there we go. They've got the records out there. Ryan Ellis in the 71 drives his way back to pit road. Bunch of the other cars being towed away now, and we are getting set for overtime here. So again, we have reached the end of regulation, and again, this overtime period, we don't know how long it could end up going for, but it will be interesting to see. All right, so welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it. We got 27 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a bit of your time here. And if you guys are enjoying the race, feel free to hit the like button. All right, if you're gray here, I think you go opposite of love. You don't want to let the two Stewart Haas cars get the. You want to make the two Stewart Haas cars choose who they want to line up behind, because I think those two probably go together. So I think if you're gray, you just go opposite of love. Whatever love chooses, you go the opposite. So there we go. And again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. We are closing in on 2,900 subscribers here. Currently sitting about 8 subscribers away last I checked. And here we go. Let's see. Again, 28 people hanging out in chat. Hey, if all 28 of those people subscribed, we'd easily pass 2,900. But there we go. And again, we've got the Daytona 500 tomorrow. I'm super stoked. Yeah, definitely thinking I might go ahead and bring some NASCAR trivia and do a little bit of a pre race show. If you guys want to see that, feel free to let me know in the chat here while we're kind of talking about that. But there we go. Yeah, having a great time. Yep. Hey, I will say though, this is miles better than if this race had been put together by yeah, by Fox. And oh, there we go, laps overtime. Yep, so there we go. Laps remaining is overtime. All right. All right. Did that spot just get wider or something for overtime? I'll have to look at that over the. Again, we'll be working on the overlay and trying to make it work with this new layout. But yeah, again, I'm trying to feel it out, get everything fit up there. But yeah, we are doing pretty good here. Again, hoping to avoid a super long rain delay in the 500 tomorrow, but it's looking somewhat likely that we might see a long rain delay. So there we go. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. But yeah, again, let me know if you guys like the idea of doing a big trivia game before the Daytona 500. Figure that could be fun. Yeah, me and some friends, we could get together tonight and write up a bunch of trivia questions on and put together a big game. If you guys want to see it, feel free to let us know, and I certainly would love to do some stream participation stuff. I've done cahoots before for NFL halftime before, but we didn't have nearly this many people hanging out in chat for yeah, for the NFL stuff that I did this off season. We'll still be covering the NFL in the off season, but again, this NASCAR stuff is absolutely going to consume every bit of my attention from now until November, pretty much. Although go Colts, and hoping to see again, hoping for Tyler Warren in the draft. So here we go again, Daytona overtime here. Again, they have entered overtime, and again, we are approaching the end of this one. All right, let's see. So yeah, they're talking with Danny Stockman here. Oh, man. Really drying out a lot here. Fading a little bit here at the end of the at about the 3 hour mark on the stream. Man, I'm almost thinking I might just want water instead of these things. These things are great for keeping me awake at night, but I'm not overly tired. It's just my voice is absolutely shot. Which, yeah, there we go. Jesse Love's first career win in the April Talladega race last year. There we go. Everybody on that 2 team celebrating that big win. Yeah, the first drafting track of the year that wasn't won by Austin Hill. Because again, Austin Hill was an inevitable part of the super speedways last year. All right, so there we go. Again, Daytona overtime. Please tell me that Gray is gonna do what I think he should do, which is again select the select the opposite lane of Love, no matter what it is. That way, the two short house guys have to choose if they're gonna back Love or if they're gonna back Gray, and odds are they'll back Gray because I think Gray is an easier car to pass once you help him get to these spots. So here we go. We're going to see lights off on the pace car and the choose cone happening this time by. And here we go. Love to the top. Gray to the top. No, Gray. That is the wrong move. Mayer and Creed taking the bottom line here. And the rest of the cars are going to fall, filter in the line here. Burton and Quapple on row 3. Allgaier and Hemrick on row 4. As they go ahead and get ready for this one, lights are off on the pace car. We will be going racing next time by. Man, so stuffed up. Man, I don't have a tissue in here either. Yeah. All right, here we go. Doubled up, ready to go racing. Let's see. 2-lap overtime again. Once they see the white flag, next flag ends the race. Whether it be the yellow or the checkered here. Let's see. What's it going to be? All right, so there we go. All right, so again, Daytona, 3 laps to go. It'll be 2 at the line. I say 2-lap overtime restart when they take the green here. The question is, what is going to ultimately be the deciding factor here? Is Jesse Love just that strong from that top line that even against 2 SHR cars, or sorry, Haas Factory Team cars, yeah, that he will be able to go ahead and beat them? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, here we go. Pace car is going to pull off this time by. Pace car starts to make the run for cover. No, he's staying out there. Okay. He's just going to make a really late dive here. All right. Pace car diving for cover, running away, field in the hands of Jesse Love and Sam Mayer. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are racing here in overtime at Daytona. And again, Jesse Love, he's led a lot of laps today. He forces his way down in front of the 41 of Sam Mayer. He was gonna wreck Sam Mayer if Mayer didn't let him down in front of him. And now it's gonna be on Sam Mayer. What does Sam Mayer do here? He's got his teammate behind him. He backs up to his teammate. He's looking for the push here. Jesse Love all alone here, looking for where the run's gonna come from. Is it going to be the run from Gray, the run from Mayer? So far, so good for Jesse Love as they round 3 and 4 here, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go, and let's see off of turn number 4 through the trioval. Are they going to see the white? They just about see the white, and yellow flag will fly, and Jesse Love will win this one in dramatic fashion as they wreck behind, and the caution flag flies as the white flag is shown. Again, in this case, we will see this one. The race will end here, and there we go. Again, oh, Ryan Siegel torn up here. And again, Jesse Love with an incredible win here at Daytona. There we go. All right, so Jesse Love is going to go ahead and get this win. And let's see what is going to happen here. But hey, massive congratulations to Jesse Love on this fight. Fought all the way to the end of this one. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, everything seems to be just slightly shifted with this. Give me a moment, guys. All right, so there we go. And coming to the checkers under the caution flag, and it will officially have been Jesse Love, the winner here at Daytona. Again, a crash as they were crossing the white flag led to an automatic yellow and the caution flag here. So Xfinity Series Daytona season opener winner. It stays right in the hands. 4 straight years it has been going to RCR. The last 3 it had been Hill. This year it's gonna be Jesse Love winning in Daytona. Both the Haas factory team cars though looked very strong. Massive credit to them. The Haas factory team cars looking very strong going in here. Yeah, getting second and third. And again, Ryan C gonna go to the ambulance. He's gonna take that ride to the infield care center. Hopefully he is okay. Carson Quapple coming home with a top 5. Jordan Anderson with a top 5. Let's go! All right, Harrison Burton coming home in the 6th position. 7th was Dean Thompson. 8th, Jeremy Clements. Patrick Emmerling out of nowhere coming into the top 10. And Taylor Gray, after making what I think was a mistake to go ahead and line up behind the behind that car, and there we go. Yeah, just showing this replay, and again, that is just a lot of carnage there behind. Again, hopefully everybody is okay there. But man, that is the guy who does the infield grass work at Daytona is gonna have an overtime shift tonight. Yeah, trying to get that stuff fixed up for the thing. So before you guys head out, we will go through the full finishing order. But if you guys did just come for the race reaction, this is basically the end of it. As Jesse Love is celebrating in the infield grass. Feel free to like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the streams. Again, we will be back tomorrow. Look for the stream around 12:30, 1 o'clock Eastern. I will try and have that scheduled early, and I will be here on time for that one because I can actually somewhat control my schedule on Sunday. But until next time, again, we will be, let's go ahead and go through the full finishing order because I like to go ahead and go through the full finishing order, give everybody their credit for where they did finish. But there we go. Jesse Love burning it down in Daytona. And there we go. Alright, so again, we got 15 people still watching, so here we go. So again, Jesse Love is winning this one. Sam Mayer coming up second. Third, Sheldon Creed, the two finishing second and third, showing some good speed there. Showing that the Xfinity program might not be toast, even though I think the Cup program will almost certainly fade to obscurity, at least for a couple of years here. And there we go. Love coming out through the top here. And there we go. Jesse Love is a Daytona season opener winner, and he is ecstatic there, celebrating with the crew. Carson Quapple, 4th. 5th was Anderson. Again, we kind of already went through a lot of these. Burton, Thompson, Clements, Emmerling, and Gray rounding out the top 10. Matt Benedetto coming home in the 11th place for Viking Motorsports. Great job, Matt Benedetto. Christian Eckes coming home 12th. 13th is Cesar Baccarella. Yeah, 14th will be Josh Bilicki after all the issues he went through today, including getting run over by that car coming into the pits. Joey Gase comes home in the 15th position and will round out your top 15 tonight. Jeb Burton coming home in the 16th position. 17th for Ryan Truex. 18th will be Justin Allgaier. 19th, Ryan Sieg. And rounding out your top 20 will be Josh Williams. And safe to say, and I probably should have mentioned this when we got to Allgaier, these are all unofficial because of obviously the absolute carnage that was there. A lot of the potential finishing order between about 16 through 20th is going to be very much jumbled up here. Leland Honeyman Jr. coming home in the 21st position. Anthony Alfredo 22nd. 23rd for Ryan Ellis, the first car 1 lap down. Sammy Smith 1 lap off the pace in 24th. And Justin Borsignor coming home in the 25th position, rounding out the top 25. Greg Van Alst 26th. 27th, Connor Zilich. 28th for Sawalich. 29th will be Parker Retzloff tonight, and rounding out the top 30, the lap down warrior Brendan Poole, who fought all day long to go ahead and get that starting spot or to get that finishing result. Garrett Smithley coming home in the 31st spot. Chris Wright, the maniac without the brakes, coming in 32nd. 33rd for Austin Hill as he retires after having something leaking in the back of the car. We never really figured out what it was that was leaking. Maybe someone on Twitter will have it, but there we go. Blaine Perkins in the 31 comes home 47 laps off the pace in 34th. Yeah, Nick Sanchez rounding out your top 35 finishers here as he comes home 67 laps off the pace. Kyle Sieg 104 laps off the pace in 36th. 37th for Brandon Jones as he was involved in that first crash of the night. Yeah, he comes home 37th. And Daniel Dye coming home tail end of the field, 38th place, also involved in that early crash with Brandon Jones. So there we go. That is the full rundown of the NASCAR Xfinity Series finishing order here from the race. So hopefully you guys will be excited. Can't watch. I'll be at work. Yep, that is unfortunate. But again, we will be back for tomorrow for the Daytona 500. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I certainly am. And again, we will be back for that tomorrow. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye. Man, my voice is not ready.